Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing episode 3, obviously the huge episode we got last night for The Walking Dead. We're going to talk about Rick's character so far in this show and how I feel that he is at some of his best we've ever seen him. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our first discussion video after the third episode of The Ones Who Live. We're going to talk about Rick and his character in this show now that we're about halfway through, and how I feel that Ones Who Live is Rick Grimes at the next level. So what do I mean by Rick Grimes at the next level? Well, he's pretty damn insane in this show, and we're going to go into that a little bit. So we're halfway through Ones Who Live. We got 3 that we've watched, 3 that are coming, of course, and Rick and Michonne midway through the show have just made their escape. So now the remaining 3 are going to be about them on the outside. At least I would assume so, because this show is very unpredictable. Now, what I mean by Rick at the next level is episode 1, I mean, we saw him go through a lot. We saw him, try to cut himself. We saw him chop his hand off just to get a chance to escape. We saw many, many instances where he, did things that Rick wouldn't normally do. And episode 2, we saw him turn Michonne in, of course, made her lie, of course, to protect herself. And then, of course, episode 3, I feel like the decisions he made is just at an all-time high. He gave Michonne a way out and then said that he wasn't going with her just because he wanted her safe, but he knew that he couldn't go because Jadis was up his ass all the time and it just wasn't going to work. So he told her to leave without him, of course, and then now we see him to a point where he's even saying, like, look, maybe I just gotta knock you out if that's what it takes. Maybe I just gotta knock you out and put you on that boat so that you leave. He's doing the tough love thing now, right? So, and at the end of the episode, Michonne had enough of it, and she was like, you know what? Fuck this shit, And she took him out of the helicopter. She knew that he was losing himself, So, in my opinion, Rick in this show is at some of his best we've ever seen him. And the reason why I say that, and the reason why I say that it's some of his best character stuff in the entire universe, is because we have never seen Rick to this degree. The only time we've ever seen Rick scared, per se, is in season 7 of the original Walking Dead, when Negan had him beat down, no confidence whatsoever, no knowledge on how to get out of this situation, and we thought that was scary, we thought that was intense. To see Rick in that position, this is at an all-time high. He is willing to let himself go for Michonne and the others to live happily without him ever being there, and he told Michonne to leave without him several times. So, I know I've heard some comments from people saying, oh man, I don't know, it's out of character, it doesn't make any sense. I completely disagree. If you were in Rick's scenario, if you're in his shoes, you've chopped your hand off, you've committed to this group for multiple years. Keep in mind, we're talking 7 some years, 8 years, whatever the hell the timeline is, who knows, it's all over the place. But regardless, he's been there for a long time, okay? We'll just say that, so I don't get corrected in the comments. But he's been there for a long time, right? And he's been with them longer than he's been with his family, which is pretty fucked up to think about, So he's been with the CRM a hell of a lot longer than he's been with the survivors back at Alexandria and the Commonwealth and all that stuff. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Second off, he's tried to escape 4 times, hell, now the 5th time, and it still didn't work, And now it's getting to a point where he knows that because of Jadis, because of the information that she's giving him, if he even tries to escape, his community, his people are dead. They are dead in the matter of hours, potentially, And that instills fear because he doesn't want anything to happen, And he can't keep trying to get away because he's getting up in the ranks, right? So you've got Michonne here that's consistently telling him, oh yeah, we got to escape together. We got to get out together. We got to do this stuff together, And Rick has had enough of that. He's like, no. If I escape, they will know. Maybe if you get out, Jadis won't give a shit. But if I get out, she sure as shit is going to know that I'm gone, And Jadis would not buy that Rick dies, Rick cannot fake his death. Jadis will not buy that shit at all. And now with Jadis working, really closely with Rick at that one outpost, There is no way Rick would get out. There is no way. The only way to get out is by killing Jadis, but you can't do that on the inside. So Rick is absolutely stuck here, you know? And that's why, and I know a lot of people are frustrated with Rick right now, and I disagree. I completely disagree. What do you do? You know, what do you do? If you're Rick, how do you get out? What is the right answer? I mean, seriously, I agree with Michonne, and I agree with Rick. I agree with both of their perspectives. You got to say, fuck this shit and leave. I get it, you know, for the safety of others. But for also the safety of others, you can't leave because you're stuck there, you know? Your survivors, your family, your daughter, your son that he doesn't even know about are going to die if you try to leave. What is the right answer? And this is why the show is so flawless to me, is because the writing and the perspective of both Rick and Michonne makes sense, you know? So, I don't know. I think this show is some of the greatest writing we've seen for Rick, because I don't think we've ever seen him this desperate ever before. I really don't. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I think one thing that's going to happen is Rick will get his head out of the clouds, if you will, once Michonne tells him, which I think it's going to be in episode 4, that he has a son to get back to as well. You know, I think that's going to completely take his mind out of this whole thing. And it's going to either be a bad thing for everybody back home, or it's going to be a good thing, because Rick is going to be tougher than ever. Although, here's the thing. Doesn't matter how tough Rick is. They are a crazy force that will kill anybody they find. So, I gotta tell you, man, this is gonna be a really, really intense, just entire thing, you know? Really, really intense. I'm curious to see how it goes, and a lot of possibilities. A lot of endless possibilities here. So, post comments down below. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Rick's character in episode 3 of The Ones Who Live. Do you agree with me that he's making sense, or do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. So anyway, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button to not miss any of the videos of The Walking Dead universe. Be sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.